Hey guys, so I got very, very important news today. This is like breaking news to a certain extent, at least. Today, July 23rd, 2025, the DOJ, the US Department of Justice, told Donald Trump that his name is among others in the Epstein files. So that's a report. The report comes as President sues the Wall Street Journal for defamation. So we already know that Trump most likely was in the Epstein files, and even more likely, he's also in the supposed client list that Trump's been claiming that exists, and many conspiracy theories about it. And if you don't know who Epstein is, Jeffrey Epstein is someone who was caught committing a lot of illegal acts, especially child predation. So he was a child predator. Just give a heads up on that. I will spend basically this video talking about a few more articles on the last day or so about this whole situation connected to the Epstein files and some things that people have been doing about it. But this is very interesting news. Just happened today. So the DOJ officials told President Donald Trump earlier this year that his name, among others, appeared in the Jeffrey Epstein documents, according to a report. Attorney General Pam Bondi informed the president in May that his name appeared in the documents. Senior officials told the Wall Street Journal his name was one of the many high-profile figures in the files. The outlet reported. However, mentioning the file does not mean there was wrongdoing. One official told the outlet that hundreds of names are in the documents. We know that Trump himself is a child predator. We know that he had the whole weird thing with the child pageants, and him and Epstein were best friends. There are tons of videos, pictures of it. They were really, really good friends. Two creeps that work together. It's not just Donald Trump that has pockets with Epstein, but there's more going on here than it's been told. Of course, DOJ is going to say the basic, but they're not going to necessarily say he's on the client list. They're trying to probably fabricate or delete that information as we speak. Last week, the Journal published a report claiming that Trump gave Epstein a 50 birthday card containing a sexually suggestive drawing and a message suggesting the man shared secrets. The president vehemently denied the claims and sued the paper and its owner for $10 billion. Okay, good luck on that. So we know that Trump has a lot of creepy stuff going on, but he never just shows the files. Instead of showing a non-redacted file, meaning you don't censor the file, just show everything that you got. If you named it, it's there, but he doesn't. He's been hiding it. Even though they're claiming, the DOJ claimed it was on the desk, they probably saw his name on the so-called client list that they've been talking about, and now Trump is going crazy about it. Try to do as many things he can each day to get people distracted from this, but it doesn't seem to be working fast enough for him. So he's been trying to find ways to distance himself, and Musk also been saying that Trump's name appeared in the files, almost indicating that he's in the client list or potential pedophiles. So we don't know, but this is what been claiming. If you're gonna be claiming you're gonna be the most transparent department, or specifically the most transparent administration of any president here in U.S. history, show the files and show the client list that you claim exists, that you claim has a lot of Democrats, which I'm sure they are, but just be honest. So there's a lot of pressure. I'm sure Trump has been sweating his ass off. He's been nervous about this, very fidgety. It's very like he hasn't been himself in a way, or maybe he's even more himself by posting too much in Truth Social and all the stuff. But we'll see what will happen. On Wednesday, a federal judge in Florida rejected a request from the Trump administration to unseal the grand jury transcripts related to an investigation to Epstein in the state in the mid 2000s. A judge in New York quickly followed with a similar order, but I'm sure the U.S. Supreme Court would protect Trump. Later that day, the House Oversight Committee approved a subpoena for Maxwell. Trump said that subpoena for Maxwell sounds appropriate during questions from reporters at the White House. Okay. Yeah, so we know what Trump's been doing, trying to highlight the information. And then Trump's also claimed that Epstein files were a hoax cooked up by the Democrats, but he claimed they were real. And he said he was going to show them to the public. So I don't understand. I will make a separate video about this, but they also show and release the files of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. By his assassination, even though the family said not to do it. They requested not to. They got No, they'll protect this all these decades, and Trump did it, right? He basically told his administration to do it, and they did it. So they have the files, but they'll show Dr. King stuff or try to make up stuff or talk about stuff about Obama and Biden, but he doesn't just show the Epstein files. It's obvious what he's doing. So last week he went so far as to attack his past supporters in a true social post for buying into this bullshit hook, line, and sinker. So he's been also saying shit about his own supporters. So if you're a Trump supporter, maybe stop, saying that you're a Trump supporter. Maybe start going against Trump because he doesn't care about you. He treats you like crap. When he thinks he doesn't need you anymore, he basically kicks you out. So another article, this from July 22nd, 2025, from CNN News. Exclusive newly discovered photos and videos shed fresh light on Trump's ties to Jeffrey Epstein. So there are a lot of information, lots and lots of information about Trump and Epstein together. They have past relationship, as you can see here. The two have fallen now in the mid 2000s, but still they were friends for a while. Before then, they have photos and videos repeatedly show that to the friendly. They were really good friends, practically best friends. This is a picture that shows Trump, his kids, Epstein right here, and this guy there. More pictures, you know, pictures again, right? Like this is really important, man. Like Epstein is seen at Donald Trump and Maria Maples' wedding at the Plaza Hotel in New York in December 1993. Donald Trump and Maria Maples are seen at the wedding in December 1993. Yeah, Epstein is being really good friends with Donald Trump and so many other people. Look at this. So Alison Stone, Robin Leach, Jeffrey Epstein, Cecilia Nord, and Howard Stern are seen at Donald Trump's wedding. So with Maria Maples. Very interesting, right? Together, fashion show. There's so much stuff we connected them so much together. So I just want to point that out that Trump and Epstein have been really good friends for a while. Now, this is something that is also from July 22nd, 2025. Trump spent the night terrified of Epstein files drama. MSNBC host. This is from the dailybeast.com. Let's see the video.
Well, consistency is not exactly Donald Trump's thing. And so Donald Trump has more than one way of expressing how, say, terrified he is. He might fly into obsessive, relentless social media postings about the thing he's.
And that's exactly what he does. When Trump gets nervous or worried or can't stop thinking about something, he constantly go on social media and posts so much crap frequently, no matter the time of the day.
Terrified about. Sometimes he'll do it about the thing he's terrified about, and sometimes not. Sometimes about like anything else, which is kind of what he's been doing. And the other way Donald Trump communicates his fear is silence, which is also what he's been doing. That's how Donald.
Yeah, so he either is too loud in social media or too loud with the reporters, or he tries to stay quiet and distract people by doing some random executive order or trying to sue people for defamation or claiming that he's going to arrest Obama at one point or get rid of someone's citizenship if they've been naturalized or born in this country. It's a lot of crap.
Trump treats the things he's most afraid of, in my observation. And so, judging by his silence, Donald Trump is living in abject terror tonight of the Epstein files. Donald Trump spent the day in silence today about the Epstein files, the man who loves to have the cameras aimed at him while he plays with questions from reporters without ever actually answering them.
Yeah, Trump is really, it's not just Trump, this is a very politician thing to do. Never answer questions properly, or at least not fully. So you give either half-ass answers, or you give an answer that is not, it's a bullshit answer, it's not an answer to the question, or you answer the question with a question. That's something that politicians do a lot.
Didn't dare allow reporters to get anywhere near him today at the White House. Donald Trump said nothing on social media today about the Epstein files. Nothing about the person who for 15 years Donald Trump called a terrific guy, while the person Donald Trump thought was a terrific guy was raping children.
Yep. Simple as that. So this is why Trump doesn't have connection with him, right? For all we know, maybe Trump really is not connected in those allegations of him being a child predator, right? At least not with Jeffrey Epstein. But Epstein was sexual assaulting children, and Trump has direct connection with him for decades. And he did a lot of creepy, disgusting raping things that he's being found guilty of. So it's not far fetched to think that he's also a child rapist. Next thing I want to talk about this one, July 18, 2025. Pranksters fill Trump gift shop with Epstein postcards. So Trump Tower gift shop with Epstein postcards. So basically, someone went to Trump Tower's gift shop and just started putting Epstein and Donald Trump pictures, little things there to sell as a way to prank Trump, but also show the connection that Trump and Epstein had together. Especially this classic photo of them together, I think in the 90s. They know each other for decades, been a long, long time. Just want to talk about that. And lastly, in July 22nd, 2025, Republicans shut down House floor to avoid Epstein vote. So Mike Johnson, who's a House Speaker of the House of Representatives in Congress, in case you guys don't know, is basically put forward that they will not hold a floor to vote on the Epstein vote. There are actually some Republicans that want that file to be fully available that's not redacted at all. Probably because they don't have any connection to it, so they don't care. Or their names might be on the files, but they had nothing to do with the kind list. So that's interesting.
The president has said if the Department of Justice and the FBI want to move forward with releasing any further credible evidence, they should do so. As to why they have or have not or will, you should ask the FBI about that.
She's such a bullshitter. Complete white supremacist fascist bullshitter.
Report that President Trump or the FBI is going to the Epstein files were told to flag President Trump's name if it came up. Is that something the president was aware of or something that he directed those agents or the Department of Justice to do? I don't believe that's something the White House is aware of. You have to ask the FBI.
They're really, really trying hard to not talk about this at all. So that's basically for today. Let's keep in mind that Trump and Epstein were good friends. They've been knowing each other for decades. Trump as a felon, he's been charged with multiple, over 30 felony charges and being found guilty of, I think, 34 felony charges. He's been sued for a lot of things. He's a fairly of a businessman, and there's tons of evidence that he's also a pedophile. So his connection with Epstein is not a surprise. He could have kept this quiet. People did brought up this videos showing that it was brought up back in 2016, 2017, 2018, but he himself brought this up again during his campaign of 2024. I don't know why he did it. I was confused. Like, why would you bring up something that you know you had connection with the guy? Why make a campaign promise that you're gonna release the files unredacted, so it will have none, everything will be uncensored? Like, why would you do that? And now he's claimed that the whole files are fake, especially the crime list. That is, it was fabricated by Democrats if it ever comes up into existence. But that's not what he said in the last few years, especially not last year. I don't see why Trump did that. I'm sure he did it as a way to push more people to vote for him. It was a risk that he took so he can win. So he did. He achieved his goal. But he can be eliminated. To be honest, Stephen Miller, J.D. Vance, Mike Johnson, if he gets removed, he gets removed. Uh, in some ways, I'm pretty certain they would rather have J.D. Vance as president than Trump. Now, Trump supporters may feel the opposite. They like Trump, not necessarily the rest of the Republican Party. So if Trump goes away or something happens to Trump because of the Republicans, it could backfire. Consider that Musk is trying to make an official party called the American Party. I don't know if he has officialized that yet. I may have read about that he's thinking about it. But if that does become an official thing, it's possible that this could push people to away from the Republican Party, which is not what they want. But we'll see what will happen. Let me know in the comment section what you think about these things. Do you think that the Epstein kind list exists? And if so, do you think Donald Trump's name will be on it? Not just on the general Epstein files, but actually in the kind list of people who really were child predators. They're waiting for you to give them a child to rape, things like that. If you believe that's potentially is the truth, I think it's very possible. I can say for a fact, but I think it's very possible that it's probably the case. If not, why is Trump acting so guilty. It doesn't make sense to me. But let me know what you guys think about the things about that and everything else I discussed today. Like the video, like and subscribe. If you're watching this on TikTok, follow us on TikTok, and you can support us on Patreon. All right, guys, have a good day.